This engine is the B16A engine, nothing special there, but you see there's oil all over where it says B16A and above. And with all these oil leaks, what you want to do is find the highest point, because it's at least leaking from there, even if it's leaking other places as well. And what I think, and I might be wrong, I think it's coming out of this seal here of the VTEC Solenoid Gasket. See there? Just there. It's leaking there, and what I've done is I've bought myself a VTEC Solenoid Gasket, and then what I'll do, probably before getting into this, is just wipe up some of this oil mess here and see if it still continues to leak after I've done the seal. This is the Honda OEM part for the B16A1 VTEC Solenoid. You can see it's got the little basket in there. I'll obviously take it all out once I'm ready to fit it. So now we've done that, things looking a lot nicer. The oil's kind of cleaned it all actually. Then we've got 10 mils. There's one hiding here. There's one hiding around the back. Let's take this little plug off. See, what makes me think it's really been leaking from here is the amount of oil that's on the back of this, before I wiped it at least. So there's another one down there, and there's one just above it. It's hard to see, but there's 3 10 mils that hold this thing on. So I'm just going to undo them and take the VTEC solenoid off. 3 of them undone. Just using my Milwaukee 10 mil single hex and a quarter single hex 10 mil again here. So that's all undone, and I probably should have undone this before, but just take the electrical connector out of there. What you're going to want to do is pick that back slightly and just pull down on that, what's coming out anyway. So just undo that. So I'm going to want to take out all these HT leads just so I can actually pick this VTEC solenoid out. See, the VTEC solenoid holds a little bit of oil, so it's been a bit of a spillage down there, but don't worry, I'll clean that all up. Gives you a good opportunity just to wipe up any other kind of bits of oil residue and stuff that you wouldn't be able to get to with the solenoid in place. So you should really take that opportunity to do that. Like I say, it's still coming out here. So then come over to the actual solenoid itself. You can see this is the old solenoid gasket in place, and you should first check that the new one you've bought is correct, which it does appear to be, which is good. The other thing you should check is this basket isn't full of like chunks of metal or anything, because then you've probably got some big fish to fry as well in terms of fixing your engine. Also, you should clean the outside of the solenoid now you've got the chance. Just before I wipe it off, have a look at this gunk that's collected on the bottom of the solenoid here. So it's a good indication it probably was the seal here. And I'm just going to continue just to clean this up. Okay, now comes the time where you're going to want to pluck the old seal out. So I've just got a little flathead screwdriver here, and you can just pick one edge of it, and as ever, it's pretty hard to do that one hand, but I'm going to give it a go. So there we have it, and you can just pull it out, leave that there, get the new one and place it in. Another great example of why you should always buy OEM Honda seals is because they fit so well, as all Honda OEM parts tend to do. They're the ones who made them first. So and so that is all placed in there, fits very well as you'd expect. And what you'll see is, because it's a brand new seal, and it sits a bit proud of the surface, and that when it squishes down it will have a good seal. The old one was obviously, it might even be the original seal, or definitely it's old anyway, and that was completely flat to the face, so over time that's going to start leaking. So now it's just a simple case of just bolting the thing back on with the 3 bolts there. When I was taking it out, I undid this little wiring connector. All you got to do is pull back that little lever at the bottom, and then you can pull out this single wire VTEC cable. So I'll plug that back in when it's actually on situ. First of all, just run the screws down finger tight all the way around, checking it's seating nice and flat to the surface, and then just torque them up. I don't have the torque spec on me, but you know, don't need much torque. It's only 3 10mm bolts, so don't go crazy and snapping things. And then I'm just going to wipe off this excess oil now. Pretty clean in there, haven't gone over the top, but you can see there's no oil everywhere like there was before. Then you've just got this little connector here. So it's up there, single wire VTEC Solenoid. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this could be the VTEC oil pressure switch. Could be wrong. There we go, and then this just, I think, plugs into here. Did at some point there. And that is basically it, other than to place these HT leads back in. So you can kind of thread this one. So how does it happen? I think it's like this. Like that. Underneath, and then in there. This one underneath, and there. And this there. Or maybe it would be neater if I did that one. I don't know. There's no right and wrong way, really. There probably is a right way, but either way, that looks alright. You know, they're going to be slightly twisted around each other, but that's pretty good. And that is basically how to do a VTEC Solenoid gasket on a B16A1 motor. Now I'm going to have to run it for a bit and see if it leaks, but I don't think it will. Just make sure you get rid of all traces of oil that you spill, because it's going to be easier for you to figure out, you know, if your fixes worked, if you got rid of all the oil that was spilt. So either way, that's how to do it.